And that hinted report pointed to the 100-acre wood, where we saw Spoon get a proof. So that's sort of how that logic works. It's kind of a lot of layers there.
Like an onion.
Like an onion. And another set of layers of that onion actually is torn pages. So because there was a proof in the 100-acre wood, that means that every torn page has to be hinted. Obviously, they don't need to have the torn pages because the proof was in Pooh's house, which doesn't require any torn pages to get to. But proof in 100-acre wood means you have to have hinted torn pages. So that may come into play later. They'll sort of start to be able to eliminate which worlds have to be hinted, just based on worlds that they may have found torn pages in.
Alright, stepping aside from that now, we're in Beast Castle, and Spoon's doing a lot of the free checks. So I'll talk about Beast Castle a little bit, since that is my home. That is where I live. I love to rush Zaldin sub 30 minutes, because it's fun to do. But Beast Castle is an interesting world. The more movement you have, the better it gets. But also, there's many stopping points, and sometimes they can be a blessing and a curse. Majority of people will usually tend to stop after getting all of these chests and pushing the wardrobe, and not go fight Threshold or Possessor. Some people will continue going past that to the Undercroft, and then continue to Beast Room. And then some will push all the way to getting the Rumbling Rose check. And it really just depends on how comfortable you are with doing certain things at certain times, and also not pressing triangle at the wrong time for the wardrobe, which can be very daunting. Don't know how people can beat it without tools. Very difficult.
But I mean, that's really the final boss of Beast Castle, the wardrobe.
The wardrobe.
Zaldin's a pushover, but pushing the wardrobe over, much harder.
Very much so. So Cole is going to go ahead and take on Threshold or Possessor, but Spoon is going to go through Hollow Bastion, which is very smart. Playing to the hints is always a rewarding thing, especially when there's 8 to be had. Immediately getting rewarded with fire.
And fire right after that as well. So definitely a great start. Ooh, and a form boost? Not an important check, but something that's great to have.
Just a quality of life thing. But Cole having the guard break, I believe the guard break was obtained here in Beast Castle?
No, I think they had it earlier.
Did they? Okay. The guard break is going to be pretty useful for some ground enemies. Really just depends. If you have Trinity Limit, you can in fact one-shot this boss, Threshold or Possessor. It's very fun and interesting to do, and it's not actually all that difficult. You just need to have some enemies around, and, you know, that's about it.
Port 5 on Spoon's end. Sora's Heart has 0 important checks. So that's levels.
Next.
That means they're not going to get any important checks from levels. Now, as you can see, blue number there. So that was a hinted report. But obviously a proof can't be there because there's nothing there at all. So, you know, the blue number doesn't mean there is a proof. It means that there might be a proof.
That just seems like backwards logic at this point, then.
Yeah, statistics is hard. It's difficult to properly use statistics.
But I am in no room to talk, as I have not created anything remotely this interesting except for a tracker that will not be named.
Are you kidding? It's a great tracker. I love that one.
No, my art exists now past the tracker. It's out there. But yep, it looks like Cole's going to go ahead and continue through the Undercroft to get all the way to Beast. There's no reason not to go to Beast. It sets you up for the future. Yeah, why aren't we using my tracker for the restream? Crazy, I know. You know, Beast Castle is coming to a close for the first visit. Spoon's finishing up with Hollow Bastion. Will he go to Hollow Bastion 2? It's always a smart play. It's mostly just running through and picking up chests. I think it's about 12 or so, maybe a little bit more.
I might, if I'm him, I probably like to wait until I have slightly better movement. And he does. He's going to go check some other places. He hasn't touched Agrabah yet. Agrabah is a very, very common early play. Lots of early checks, lots of free checks. You know, it's Agrabah. It's treasure. It's gold. And that is certainly the way that it goes in Rando. Tons of checks in Agrabah.
Then we're going to get some limit levels here real fast. Simply because we have auto limit, we can only get up to level 2, but having access to Valor means we can get level 3.
Mm-hmm. Which
Take the
he
hint,
still
Cole.
hasn't
Take the
marked
hint.
on his... She still hasn't marked on his tracker, actually.
He may have not
Hopefully
been
that
paying
doesn't...
attention.
Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him in the butt.
It potentially may. He probably won't know where he got Valor Form from, unless he's just cognizant of it and just has it in the back of his mind, but I'm not 100% sure.
That's a long time to hold something in the back of your mind, though. I couldn't do that.
I keep my grocery list back there.
See, I try to do that, and then I come home and all I have is potato chips and soda.
That's enough to survive.
Is it, though?
I think
Drink
it is.
water, guys. Hydration break. We're almost a half hour into this. Not a bad idea to
Hydration
stand
bot, where
up,
you at?
stretch. Yeah, we need a hydration bot. Drink some
Master
water.
Form. What did I say? Beast Castle's
Ooh.
juiced all the time. They say I'm crazy. Oh, I forgot I had a caramel iced coffee that I should be drinking to wake
I've got
myself up.
water because I'm a healthy little bitch.
I mean,
Am I allowed to say that?
Language.
Sorry. I should probably keep it a little more PG.
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
All right, so
Like, we can let a few drop. It's fine.
okay.
Just don't say the dreaded B word.
Heck.
Sure.
So the world that never was for Cole, as Smith mentioned earlier, you never lose time by going to the world that never was. You always have to do it. So whenever you're comfortable doing it, it's the time to. You can also get some really nice experience after Roxas on the Dragoons. The 3 Dragoons give you a lot of experience, get you, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 levels if you got an experience boost.
All right, everyone, time to start your 2.5 minute timers, or 2 minute 15, or 2:05, or 1:55 if you're on the left side. I don't know. We have been saying crazy things since day one for this.
Yeah.
Who knows what's right anymore?
Yeah, it's been. I actually played around a lot with it, and it's tough to get it consistent. Is what I'll say. It tends to be about 1:45 to 2 minutes, depending on where you are, depending on what you're doing. He did get some extra damage in as well. He did a reflect and he did a full combo.
Yep.
So we'll see where that is.
So breaking down the Roxas fight and getting into the quick run loop, you want to avoid 4 of his attacks, and then he'll do a reaction command where you get to steal his Keyblade. If you do a reflect in the beginning and hit him, you will have to then wait till 5 hits, counting the first one, because he technically does it, but it doesn't hit you. And then once you do get access to the Keyblades while quick running, the Keyblades constantly hit him. The same thing happens if you use Guard or if you're attacking while using a finisher. Then the Keyblades will do an extra little bit of damage. But it keeps him stun locked long enough to where you can just keep quick running him in the corner. And you do this for about 2.5 minutes, 2 hours 15, 2 minutes 15, I'm sorry. And then you just kill him with either a magic or you finish him with a combo. Some things to look out for are if you hit him too many times to try to get him into the corner, you put his revenge value at a very weird spot. And then if you hit him again and he's at like his breaking point, you're gonna get clapped and die.
Right, yeah, you don't want to hit him too much. All bosses have a revenge value, which is basically you hit them a certain number of times, and then they'll retaliate. That's the short of it anyway. Different hits add different amounts of revenge. In short, a ground normal combo attack does 1, and then a finisher adds 3. Explosion, though, will add 6. So that gets you up to the revenge value really quickly. So you've got to be careful with that. And it's probably why, if you paid attention, we saw Cole knock Roxas into the corner, and he didn't use that finisher. He had Guard Break. Guard Break would have added 3 to that revenge value, and then it also doesn't really knock him back very well, just because Guard Break it kind of puts you behind the opponent. these are all sort of little things that Cole knows, and he's probably watching out for.
Oh, Sea Report 9. And that hints to Drive.
Drive forms have 2 important checks. That's actually below average for drive forms. So
it's a good thing to see, though. You don't want to, like, nobody wants to level forms. You just have to level the forms if there's stuff there.
Right.
Two, I would be pretty confident, like, kind of doing as I go through the worlds, and just taking it as I go.
Right. Yeah. Oh, we got a magnet burst and a money pouch. Oh, that's huge. That money pouch is huge. The money pouch adds 5,000 money. So not only does that let you buy a bunch of ethers, so you can spam magic for the whole run, which of course is the fastest way to do most of this game. But also we saw a comet in the shop, and it cost 2,000, if I remember correctly. I think it was that most expensive staff. So now if Cole wants, he can go.
It's on the book. The
book,
what is it?
yeah.
Not Lord's
I don't know
Broom,
what
but
that's called.
I don't remember. Somebody will.
It looks like a book. You know what? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Well, because there's also the Akashic Record, which is a book.
That's true.
But
This
the
is
Akashic
normal
Record
book.
is goofy.
Yeah, that's a shield. Another thunder. Oh, the membership card.
Cool. So this now may entice Cole, even without having Glide, to go do Hollow Bastion 1 and 2. Because once you go to Hollow Bastion and interact with a computer, if you have the membership card, you are then able to go into the Heartless Manufactory. Something that Sonic added in, which is very cool. I like it. It's very handy. And here we can see doing a little bit of grinding on the elevator with the Dragoons. If you want an easy way to deal with them, stand in the middle and use a magnet, or reflect into a magnet, and once they get close to you, they'll get sucked into it. And then you can use any sort of limit you have available to you, or you can use a drive form, because when you go through the door, you get a free revert. So if you have Final Form, you can get 3 points of experience on it. If you have Valor Form, you can very not safely get some hits on it. And then if you have any other form, then you're just getting experience.
So you can see how good that experience is. Got him from level 11 to level 15 just by killing those 3 enemies.
Very good. And we got Slide Dash too. Let's go. We're schmoozing, we're moving, we got the abilities, we got the stuff, the things. Oh, also, he can buy that Donald staff here to save time and not have to get it at the GOA, because they sell the $2,000 weapons in the world never was.
There you go.
But
he didn't.
We're going to buy them here.
The Wisdom Wand, that's what it's called.
It's Nerd Book. The Nerd Wand.
The Nerd Wand.
So we're going to SP.
He looks like he's gonna sort of finish his round of shotgunning, just kind of getting the free checks in each world. If there's something really, really easily available, you don't want to miss out on it for too long. As I mentioned, getting something good early on, that compounds, and that can save you a lot of time over the course of a run. So if Spoon went in, which he did, I think, did he go into? Maybe he didn't. If Spoon had gone into SP, which I don't recall.
Spoon went into SP.
Okay, thank you. If he had gotten something really good, really juicy there, then that would have been something that he had that Colt didn't.
But unfortunately, the first 6 chests were basically useless.
Combo boost is kind of nice, but nothing crazy there.
Nah.
Looks like Spoon going into Beast Castle now. So pretty similar early plays from these guys, just in slightly different orders. I don't think either of them has a strong lead at this point.
No, I'd say they're pretty close to each other. Nothing's too adventurous out of the way. No one's pushed too far into a world. They're kind of staying surface level, so we'll see where that goes.
Second death at Thresholder by Spoon. That's rough. He's really got to be careful.
Boy, I shouldn't say that. Never mind. I'm gonna not say what I was gonna say, and instead we'll just we'll watch Cole do cubes again. There we go.
So you lost about 10 seconds there getting it wrong the first time.
100%. Just use the form explosion. You lose nothing about it.
Yeah, the form explosion is great because it's going to hit multiple boxes at once. So if your eyes happen to play tricks on you and you locked in on the wrong box.
Infinity Spoon.
Yeah, I don't know why he's not using Infinity or Ragnarok as it's called in some versions.
Are we going to die again? No. Party members too.
I hope not, man.
Use the bat cry.
Use the bat cry. Use the bat cry. Bat cry is actually very, very good to use.
It's a dummy strong ability, and I don't know why. It does too much damage. It's kind
Who
of
knows?
Alright, well, we're slowly closing into the 45 minutes. If you want a good litmus of how good you're doing, I don't know if litmus test is the word for that, but you should hopefully have visited every single world at least once by about the hour 10 mark.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like doing enough. Now, there's probably people who will argue with that because they push certain worlds a bit further than other people. Again, it's really just what you feel comfortable with, what you can do. I sometimes don't push, like... for instance, we're here in Port Royal. I don't like Port Royal. That is the hottest take in the server, probably. But
I do like Port Royal. I do like pushing it. If I've got a good Blizzard or a good Thunder, then I love to push Port Royal.
If I was given the choice of either finishing Barbosa or drawing 25, I'll draw 50 from the deck every time.
Would STT be an exception to that every
STT
world
would
thing?
be an exception.
Absolutely.
We don't consider STT a world. STT is jail. It is jail where you are stuck for 15 minutes while reliving someone's life. It's not a fun world. You don't do a whole lot. There's not much interesting. No.
Yeah, I can't. Man, can you imagine if STT didn't have all the quality of life that it already does?
Oh my god, it would be off on every race. Cause no, no, it's not a display of skill. It's a display of who has patience. But no, I have the patience of a walnut, so I can't do that. No Shadow Rock, says Jared. None of that.
So Cole pushing Port Royal. Of course, like I said, I like the Port Royal play. I think there's a lot to be gained from Port Royal. The Pirates give 75 experience each, which is a really nice chunk. And so you can actually get some levels. You can get some levels here. You can get money here if you don't have a money pouch. Of course, they drop a lot of money. They are pirates after all. And then just in terms of how many checks does a world have, most worlds have about 25-ish. The big exceptions, of course, being Twilight Town and Hollow Bastion, which have way more. But Port Royal is actually on the higher end, and Port Royal has about 30. So it's got more total checks than a lot of the other worlds out there. So I tend to like to go there personally.
I don't, because the pirate minigame is dumb. Both pirate minigames.
I was about to say which one. I hate both of them.
They're the only things that I don't like about the world. Otherwise, everything else is fine. But I just do not like surviving for a minute and a half, which feels like 5 minutes. Especially if you don't have, like, the right tools.
I mean, he definitely gets one shot at this point. He's got 7 defense. Oh, he's not going to do it anyway. He's just going to grab the chest and leave.
Understandable.
Probably a smart play.
This is one of the leave points in the world, so it makes sense. Now, do we finally go to Hollow Bastion, Cole? We have no other choices but to go to Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, I think Hollow Bastion. Oh, OC!
Yeah, we're going OC.
Putting it off. I wonder if he's hoping to go to Hollow Bastion and then just really stay in Hollow Bastion for a long time. He won't want to leave.
Because if we do that, then we have to get through corridors, which corridors can be kind of annoying, but hopefully he'll have final form before then. Watch, maybe OC has final form. Who knows? We'll find out. But OC is a very interesting world. It's one of the ones that I will go to if I have Magnet Burst because it makes Hades Escape basically like free.
Yeah, it is. It is certainly much easier there. I hate doing Hades Escape, but Magnet Burst is one of the tools that I really like having for it.
I mean, gun to head, if I had to do OC as the first world in like commitment issues, so be it. I wouldn't like it. I'd probably hate it, but I'd do it.
Couldn't do that.
Ooh, second chance.
Second chance is very nice to
That's
have.
a nice pickup. Secret Answer Report 1, which
And
links to
Report
Twilight
1.
Town. 5 important checks. Cool. We have no excuse to not go to the big worlds.
Yeah, yeah. Twilight Town has about 50 checks, and Hollow Bastion has about 60. Um, which, as I mentioned, that's like twice as much as everywhere else. But it's sometimes tempting not to go there because it does take a long time to actually clear those worlds.
So Commitment Issues is a form of race that me and one of my other friends in the server came up with. It's basically where you pick a world and you finish the visit of that world, and then you're allowed to go to another world where you have to finish that visit of a world as well. So if you think about it, you go to Hollow Bastion 1, you have to finish all of Hollow Bastion 1. Really easy. Twilight Town 1, you got to finish all of Twilight Town 1. That's fine. But if you go in for Twilight Town 2, you can't leave until you finish. There's an explosion on Spoon's end. That's pretty big. But you can't leave until you finish the second visit, so you have to beat the Sandlot fight. And then you can go and do a different world. There's a harder version called Separation Anxiety, where you go into a world and you finish the world to completion if you can, barring Agrabah, and there's a Berserk charge for Cole. That's even better. That means we're going to go fight Zigbar, we're going to go kill Zigbar. Easy. Breaking my concentration. But anyway, you just finish the world, and then you finish all of the visits. So you go to Twilight Town, you finish all the way up to Twilight Town 3, and then you do the betwixt and between. That's Commitment Issues and Separation Anxiety in a nutshell. It's very fun. If you want to play it, it's pretty cool. I think it's funny. You can have some fun with it. But that's about it.
So Spoon continuing to push Hollow Bastion. Meanwhile, Cole choosing to push Twilight Town.
We do. Have
I'd
a
probably
race
go to
time
Hollow
category for it.
Bastion personally, but it's it's one of those things. We've only got. Oh, he hasn't even touched the. He still hasn't gone to 100 Acre Wood. He'll get that proof eventually.
He's waiting for a torn page, but we have a flare in now, which is really good. We're just waiting for a torn page. Cole probably doesn't want to check it.
Experience boost? Is it
Experience
time
boost
to
is
get
good.
buff?
Well, Cole doesn't know that there's nothing on levels because he hasn't gotten that Ansem report yet from that one world.
Yeah.
I'm pretending to know what Hollow Bastion is, but we haven't gotten that report that tells us about levels.
Oh,
I would say pretty.
And there's the second proof.
There's the second proof. I was gonna say Spoon is slightly in the lead comparatively to Cole because of the things he has and the things he's done, but that kind of puts them back neck and neck on an even keel.
Yeah, Spoon will absolutely have to go to Twilight Town now.
Of course. And it looks like we're going to be going to the garden. Let's see where we're going to be going.
Which he may do that right now, actually.
That would be a very interesting play to go there now. Maybe he goes to OC? Okay.
OC.
He goes to OC.
Might see OC, we might see The World That Never Was from him.
I think now what we're seeing is kind of... So what's happening now is that even though Spoon had to take that couple minutes to redo his stream, he's making up the lost ground by doing things fast and efficient. So if he goes straight from OC to Twilight Town, the only thing he's missed out on doing is The World That Never Was. So that's why Cole and him are kind of still tied, but Cole's already done up to Zigbar. So that's the time that he used where Spoon caught up.
Rulers of Fire. That's our third important check here in Twilight Town.
Mhm.
That's pretty big for only doing the first visit, having gotten 3/5 of the important checks here.
I mean, the terrifying thing is finding a proof here. The second terrifying thing is finding 2 proofs here. Finding 2 proofs in really any world is kind of terrifying because it's like, oh, when does my opponent check this?
Right, yeah. Yeah, you just don't know.
Alright, but we're nearing the end of Twilight Town 1's visit. We just have to get through Jensen's tower. If Cole would have gone to Halbastion first, he would have Wisdom Form, which means he would be getting free experience for Wisdom Form right now, especially since he has Master
That's true.
Form.
Yeah.
So he'd be getting a lot more experience. But unfortunately, he didn't go there yet.
Yeah, that'll be a macro time gain for
So this
Spoon.
will be big for... Okay, so Spoon is now going to push the world that never was. So this will propel Spoon into the lead if Cole doesn't go to Hollow Bastion after this.
Knowing the Utensil Man, he'll probably get Glide, push TT3, then level and do Core Skip into Endgame. Oh, Spoon. Spoon is the Utensil Man.
Yes, Spoon is utensil.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I certainly like that play, Dodge.
I mean,
I like TT3 personally. I guess Spoon does as well. I know some people do, some people don't.
We only know where 2 proofs are. We don't know exactly where the third one is. So we can't just say it's going to be as easy as just doing all that into Core Skip and then ending the game. There's many different things that could happen.
Well, I mean, Endgame, you push through Xemnas 1.
I mean, yes, but
it's always dangerous to delay the world that ever was until you get all 3 proofs, because there could be a proof in the world that never was.
There very well could be.
So I know a lot of people, once they get their second proof, they like to push the world that never was as soon as they can. When I say a lot of people, I mean the kinds of people that are winning races, guys like Cole and guys like Spoon.
No, 100%. Like it's smart to push the world never was after you have 2 proofs. It's just how quickly you do that. It's really all there is. How quickly you will do that.
Yeah. Well, he'll definitely have the tools. He's got
100%.
He's got a second chance.
He's got Horizontal Slash. All he needs is Final Form, but he's probably not going to use Final Form. Horizontal Slash Fantasia is really all he needs.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see either of them really reaching for Final Form. I think we'll see Berserk Charge Horizontal Slash Limit strats from these guys. They're both certainly very confident to do it without Final Form. I like Final Form, but I'm a noob who didn't make top 8.
Oh, don't worry about it. You at least did further than I did. You got past round 1.
I did get past round 1. I was very proud of that.
But we do share something in common. Cole knocked us out of the league.
Did he beat you as well?
Cole was my round 1 opponent. There's a story behind it, and I don't want to go into it. I don't want to talk about it. I get bullied to this day about it. I don't want to talk about it.
He's the commentator execution.
Basically. Like, that's basically no, stop. Kingdom Hearts 2 Rando server. I'm not telling the story. Basically, that's what happens. You lose to Cole, and you become a league organizer, or a league assistant, and then you become a commentator. It just happens.
Ooh, LOD. So still ignoring Hollow Bastion, which I don't like to see. But maybe that's his big brain play.
It's not a big brain play.
Well, I mean, there's not a proof there.
There's not a proof so far.
We don't know. It could be. It could be a big brain play.
Could be.
Well, I do have to wonder what Cole's thinking about at this point.
Cole with a C is different from Cole with a K. They are both 2 different people.
Both very good at Rando, though.
Both very good at Rando, yes. However, this is Cole's second top 8, and then Quill has made top 8. I believe last league he made top 8, or he may be close. I don't remember. It's too long ago. But this is the winter league. We already finished the fall league, and then we have the spring league starting soon. Yeah,
Peter Pan. That's another important check.
Peter,
Not a super useful one, but
Peter Pan. Now, Land of Dragons. I love this world because if we see in this, there is a skip to jump over Shan Yu and get into the throne room. This is a easy way of getting basically all of the checks in the world. Sans the one you get off of Storm Rider. And it keeps you from having to do Storm Rider, keeps you from having to do Riku on the Ridge, keeps you from having to do the Nobody fight, and it's
from having to do another Heartless fight as well.
I mean, basically.
But yeah, it does skip through quite a bit. It's very, very nice.
Very nice. And also, like, it's pretty short of a first visit, even if you don't do the skip. Like, sure, doing the skip is nice, but like, if Master Form is hidden in the throne room, then it's like, you know, you're probably not going to be doing it. It's one of those weird worlds that I think is the most divided amongst the community. I can do the skips. I choose not to because I don't need to. I like doing Land of Dragons too. The Riku fight's fun, and I'm pretty decent at it. Do we do all of Shang's missions and we're leaving? Why don't we push the ridge?
That's definitely an interesting play. I'm very surprised to see that.
Now we're going to Hollow Bastion.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. He really wants to stretch wide rather than stretching deep into these worlds.
I guess so.
Okay, now here's something I was sort of waiting for, was when Spoon buys Ethers. He no longer has enough money to buy Comet. Yeah. So that's, and he's got Nog Smash in case he just needs something to drain the MP, or he's got Cure if he just wants something to drain the MP.
We're hard forcing final now.
Oh.
Yep, we're hard forcing final.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Alright, so
this gives Cole some time to catch up.
Yeah, this might be quite some time. This is like 3 to 5 minutes, depending on RNG. So that means that's 3 to 5 minutes that he'll have to make up. Right now, he's just building anti-points. Whenever you go into a drive form, you get +1 anti-points. Once your anti-points are high enough, you get a increased chance of going into anti-form. And then whenever you go into anti-form, there's a small chance of going into final form. So that's sort of his play here, is go into wisdom form a bunch of times, and then eventually he will start to actually spawn the Heartless, so that you can only get anti-form and final form in a fight. So that must be the play here. Build the anti-points, and then spawn the Heartless, and start going for actual attempts at it. You see, and he immediately went into anti-form as soon as he spawned the Heartless, because his anti-points are so high.
And when you go into anti-form, I believe it's you losing 5 anti-points overall?
Yes.
But when you go into final, that reduces it by 10. Mm-hmm. So one of the ways of resetting your anti-forms is just by going into final form a bunch of times. So if you want to avoid that from happening in a fight. Now, this is only a thing that happens in the randomizer, because there's a flag turned on that allows you to get final form. If you were playing the base game of Final Mix, you would have to wait until after you beat Roxas to then have a chance of getting final. And in the original game, it's the same thing. When you get to the beginning of the world, it never was. So after the cutscene where you have the Roxas fight, you can then start forcing, to get final. But it's a lot harder since you don't have well, yes, because it's a new form, but I'm saying every time after. anytime you get a new form, it drops to 0. But I'm saying, like, in the context of if you have a lot of anti-points and you already have final, you just use final to go down by 10. Thank you for that, Dash.
Another anti-form for Spoon. That's 2 anti-forms for him so far.
On average, you should hopefully get it by 4 or 5 anti-forms. Now, if you're using Light and Dark, this changes it. Some people say it's 1 to 5 chance of getting it every time you go, and once you hit it 5 times, you're guaranteed it. Others say you aren't guaranteed it after 5 times, but you still have a high enough chance to get it. I've never gone past 5 times with Light and Dark, so I don't know if that's a thing. Other people have. I haven't seen it. It's really just one of those things that, like, it's kind of like the Roxas Quick Run. It's taken you 6 before? Okay. Yeah, I've never had it taken me 6.
Anti-points above 10 equals 25% chance to anti-point. Yes.
There's
Right,
also conditions, too, that multiply the modifier. Oh, hello, Rose.
Thanks, Rose.
Thank you. Yeah, certain instances can also multiply the amount of points you have when going into a form. Yeah, there's a good video by Biscuit047 that breaks it down. Certain fights can cause certain things. When you're in a battle, it's a ×1 multiplier. I believe when you're in a boss battle and a forced fight, it's a ×2 or ×3. And then when you're in an organization member fight, it's a ×10 anti-form multiplier. And then I think there's something else I'm missing, but I don't remember. But I can't remember because I haven't seen that video in like a good 4 years. Very knowledgeable video. Biscuit047. We see him in the top 8 when we watch his race. Oh, sends shivers down my spine. I love that man.
Yeah.
We share a common love of Marluxia.
Ugh.
You can gugh all you want. That's the best fight in the game.
Hey, okay, there's final form. So that was, I wasn't watching the clock precisely, but I think that was 3 or 4 minutes for Spoon to get final form. But now he does have that, so now he can sort of blast through Twilight Town, which is exactly what he's going to do. Get the final levels as well, and hopefully he can make up all that time just by having final. All right, so here's the membership card check coming in from Cole. Smith mentioned earlier.
If final form is here, I'm gonna leap out of my chair like a little boy. What is it?
Brightstone.
Okay, that's boring.
Worth. What a great item.
Marluxia is a valuable check. It is easy. Key will agree with me 100%. It is value.
I mean, it was value in the steed I had 2 seeds ago, where Marluxia had a proof.
Yep, Once More is on the. It's either on the Follow the Wind or it's on the Mushroom Keyblade.
Yeah, they did pick up Once More. That's on the Keyblade. So if they want that ability, they'll have to be using that Keyblade.
Which they probably will.
Yeah, probably for like final fights. I don't see either of them having it now, though.
No, there's no reason. There's no one-shot chance right now, so like there's not much to worry about. But Cole is pushing through the to the core, or to core. So we're gonna probably see him go to core. We'll see him do core skip potentially, and if he gets it, then that's pretty big. That's some extra checks.
Yeah, he's got everything he needs for core. He's got an aerial dodge, he has a master form, and he has a fire.
But as we can see, with his explosion and all this magic, and his magic stat being a higher level, he was able to do that fight much faster than when Spoon did it a little bit earlier.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that's one of the things you can do to kind of hedge your bets against people is anticipate doing this faster than them. That's why I put off doing certain things and why I do things earlier. Which is just my opinion. My stinky opinion. Oh boy, death chests. Let's see what's in here. Cosmic ring.
Yeah.
And potion. Not worth dying for.
Definitely very hard to get these chests sometimes.
Hammers, take me away.
Second chance was the only thing that let him live there.
Yeah. Because core give you poop for experience, but a really tough combo master. Ooh.
Combo Master's very nice, and I'm surprised he's not going into Master Form here to level it up
He has
to
more
level
chest.
3.
He has more chest to do.
Oh, fair.
He didn't get the top chest yet.
That's true.
Now, will he do core skip before leveling up final? Or before leveling? Oh, Torn Pages. He's probably going to go to 100 Acre Wood and get the proof there now. Genie. In an area where you can death abuse, Sean is happy.
What if he's going for the hard save in case he fails core skip?
He's going to do the hard save because you have to do a hard save. You have no choice.
I mean, you can just get it.
Yeah, you can just get it. And then if you didn't make a save and you don't get it, then you just wasted an hour and 3 minutes and you've probably lost forever.
Fun fact, the every time I've hard saved on core skip in a race, I've gotten it first try. And the one time I didn't hard save, I failed it.
Yep, that's bound to happen.
Alright, so he finally goes to 100 Acre Wood, so he'll pick up this proof.
We're not drawing 25 today. Now, is this the push?
And then, because he does have an additional Torn Page, he's going to get the Piglet's House checks. We haven't seen these yet.
I have not seen these. If it's a proof
I
here...
wonder where the Torn Pages are. It's strange that we've only seen one Torn Page this deep into a run.
Yeah. Kind of strange, but, I mean, it happens.
Bloom, still an important check. It could be a Starry Hill proof. Not saying it is, I'm just saying it could be.
But we still have a lot of unhinted worlds. Still young in the run. Many a place to do, many a thing to go see. But the racers are pretty much neck and neck again. Again, this is that power struggle, but we're going to see Cole, and we're going to see Zigbar.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is what I was saying earlier. Cole doesn't feel the need to force final before he goes in. He's got Horizontal Slash. He's got Berserk Charge. He's got a limit. That's all he needs. He might die a couple times, but we'll see. You know, certainly this isn't an easy fight.
I would
but
put
it's
the one
something that
smart
he can
Keyblade
do.
on as well.
Oh, absolutely. Unless you need the finishing plus, though. Ooh, that's tough.
No, why would he need a finishing plus? He's using Horizontal Slash.
Well, I like the finishing plus in case I drop it, or I'll like to use the finishing loop to knock him into the action loop for third phase.
I guess that's fair.
But yeah, Horizontal Slash in a limit should be plenty. Make sure he's got that on. Put some potions on.
And the Zigbar setup is probably one of the longest menus in the game.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
It is. Let's put on the Full Bloom Plus though, Cole, we have a Full Bloom Plus. It gives us more strength.
I don't think it really matters. I think he'll still be scaled the same.
Also MP haste, but that's for later. It's more necessary than the draw ring. Like a little bit of extra damage probably isn't gonna kill anyone.
I don't think it would give him extra damage though.
It also depends what level he is. 18.
He's only got 19 strength, and the floor is like 30 some. So.
I don't know. I don't pretend to know all that stuff. I just like the Full Bloom Plus because it's cool.
It is cool. I'll give you that much.
Oh, now it actually makes sense when he says Roxas in this fight.
Yeah, of course, Cole's been using this Roxas mod.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
But I don't know how I'd look at Sora doing Roxas's movements. It just hurts my brain. Okay, that Thunder is to stun him so he can get a little bit closer. We don't want the room transition right now. We're going to take the second room transition.
Yeah, his stats are so low. He wants to get the room transition while Zigbar is still in his first phase, sort of the first 2 bars of health. But his stats are so low, he hasn't come to that yet.
Floor is 35. Well, the floor is lava. Alright, now we're in the long room. So being in the long room,
Horizontal Slash, extra damage from Comet as well. He's not going to use the Comet Rain, the finisher of that limit. Using that finisher would knock him back into the first room. So he's avoiding doing a finisher.
Yep. But we're using our ethers, we're using our comets. This is to give us more invincibility frames, and also just to get some extra damage in, not using the finisher. We should be in laser phase now, and we're in DM phase. I didn't hear any audio cues because I have my volume turned off. But if he said, now we're getting serious, or something along those lines, then we're getting serious. And now, after the next reload, he's going to transition the room back. Hey, but we won! Look at that.
Oh,
this
very,
is
very
top
nice.
8. This is FIFA 2022.
So that's actually really, really big that he was able to do Zigbar so quickly. One of the advantages that Spoon has over Cole right now is that Spoon has Final Form. And so one of the big places where you can save time with Final Form is Zigbar. It's going to make the Zigbar fight a lot easier. But Cole first tried it anyway. If Cole had started to Death Cycle a little bit, Spoon's got a safer Zigbar setup. And so he might have been able to gain some time there, but Cole just blasted through. And this is how Cole beat me. We didn't have Final Form. He just went in with Berserk Charge and Horizontal Slash and shown that he can do it again.
Cole is a force to be reckoned with.
Nicely done. Yeah.
Go give this man a follow. Get this man affiliated.
Yeah, definitely follow both of these guys. Both fabulous rando.
I'm technically not following him, but now I am. I'm rectifying my problem. But yes, drop this man a big follow at bigfollows.com. All right, Luxor, this is a fun fight. So this one, for all you gambling addicts, is pressing your luck. How many times can I hit him and get him to do a loop? The answer is not very often.
Yeah, perhaps very appropriately, Luxord has quite a lot of RNG in his patterns. It's hard to get him to consistently do the same thing. Like you can with, we saw it with Zigbar. Zigbar's a hard fight, but it's consistent, and he almost always behaves the same way. So that's something that you can sort of rely on. Here you can't rely on it quite as much. You've got to improvise a little bit more. Fortunately, it does have Explosion. Explosion is really, really nice for this fight.
It is, because it gets rid of the cards. It does some decent chunk to his time bar. Because this boss doesn't have an HP bar. Instead, he has a time bar. The more hits you do, and whenever you play his game, then you will lower his overall bar pretty quick. It drains much faster in the data version by playing his game, but your bar also drains a lot faster for making mistakes. Yep, basically he has about 3 phases to this fight. First phase, he turns you into a dice. That one you just kind of jump into him a couple times. Second phase, he starts doing this where he runs around playing a game and trying to tap you. And then he'll go into a card form and play a guessing game for 3 phases. Go back to phase 1 again, where he just runs around, and then DM phase. Pretty straightforward fight. Probably one of the easier of the organization members, in my opinion. You don't death cycle to this one after a while, because you just kind of get used to it. You only death cycle when you make mistakes or when you do stupid things.
So if me, a lot.
Well, now we're going to go ahead and try getting DM skip, which is basically going to be just constantly hitting him with Berserk Charge. And we're going to do this to push him into his phase, where he's now in DM phase. And we want to keep doing this, but because of the MP hastes, we're going to end up doing it a little bit faster. So we're going to go into Trinity Limit.
Trinity? He doesn't have Limit Form.
But we are going to get the DM anyway, because, well...
Oh.
Yeah. You kind of need Limit Form to do the actual skip, but, it's whatever. Dodging this DM is also kind of annoying if you don't have a lot of high jumps and glides, because then you can kind of just run in a counterclockwise circle, and that's the theme about all organization members, is just you run in a counterclockwise circle.
Yeah, so in the meantime, we have Spoon pushing TT2 and TT3. He hasn't picked up anything huge in the meantime. Over the course of that, he did get a Blizzard, and he is taking advantage of Second Chance to easily XP boost. Actually, he killed a bunch of dragoons and dusks when he was in the underground. Now he's XP boosting the mansion fight. So this is going to be a lot of experience, a lot of levels.
Yep.
Doing walkies runs is a great way to learn orc fights with no movement. Yeah, you could just try it out with without having any movement at all, which sounds scary, and it is, but it can be done. You don't need the movement.
Tell you more about walkies. Walkies is where you don't use any sort of growth abilities. You walk and jump everywhere.
It's just
It is
as
the
fun as it
epitome of
sounds.
poverty. Trust me, when you're in a VC with a bunch of goofballs, you come up with different games and you play those games, and they're all just sometimes really bad ideas. But they're
Would
still
you like
fun.
to play a game?
I mean, we've done The Floor is Lava. We've done Don't Do Forward Movement. No, there's no walkies race time category yet. If the channel gets 100 followers in 10 minutes, we'll make a race time category for it.
So Cole doing sort of the standard Psyx loop, which is you reflect his attack to knock the claymore out of his hand. Then you do 2 combos, and then you reflect his dash, reflect his swing, and continue to repeat that. And then he's going to keep an eye on the berserk meter. Oh, he missed it there. So he tries to grab the claymore before Psyx goes into berserk mode, so you can very quickly knock him out of this berserk mode where he's invincible. But he missed it, so he had to grab the next one.
In this fight, it can be summed up as a couple words. If you hear "all is lost to you" or "all will be lost to you," then you've done something wrong, and you're probably going to die. But ideally, you want to get this guy in a corner, and then constantly have him attacking you in a corner, so you can get multiple hits on him with. You get multiple hits on him with things and such, and of the nature, like reflect is the word I'm going for. Using a limit here can get you bodied, like relatively easily. Oh, all will be lost to you. We've made a mistake.
Yeah, he didn't quite get that comment out early enough, and so now he's got to deal with the DM.
So now the terrifying thing about the DM is that when he uses the DM, his berserk meter will start falling, but if this was the data version, it would start going back up again. And he would basically stay in an infinite berserk until you knock him out of it. So it's very terrifying. He does have Peter Pan.
Time last for
he could do the Peter Pan thing, but having aerial spiral makes it a little bit easier. Otherwise, you're just kind of doing jump, attack, and that can take a little while. And also, Cole's kind of gotten to the point now in running where he doesn't have to do that anymore. He doesn't like the Peter Pan strat. He likes using reflect and explosion. It's much faster.
Yeah.
And if you don't have to use Peter Pan, I wouldn't use Peter Pan. It's a good backup strat for when the fight's just about over. Not having scan 2 means you're kind of doing it for a really long time because you can only finish the boss with a finisher.
So you kind of have to guess when he's going to be down. Oh, that's another death. Oh, that's rough, man. After a very clean Zigbar fight, dying to Psyx a couple times. So this is really good for Spoon. Spoon is leveling in Twilight Town 3 in the mansion, and so he's going to be buff, and he's going to blast through the world that never was, and this might actually breathe some life back into Spoon. Cole was definitely ahead after that Zigbar, and he's starting to choke it away, so he's definitely got to get this.
Spoon is technically ahead.
No, I mean I think Cole was definitely ahead.
Was
right
I
after
thought you said is. I'm sorry.
Now, so we'll see what happens. Spoon having some trouble getting these chests. Platforming is hard, guys. I didn't know you could grab onto the chandeliers.
Yep, they are a grabbable object. Nice, got him with the quick claymore.
Yeah, so again, Spoon definitely playing a longer game. We got a hint for STT. STT is a
Oh, it's
1.
blue. It's
It has
blue.
it
Oh
is
no.
blue. Yeah, that's it could be a proof there. Could be. We don't know.
Oh,
But
I don't
it's
like that. I don't like
it's
that
the
at all.
possibility. And you do not want to go to STT in
Oh,
this
it's
seed.
jail.
When
It's
you've only
jail.
got one proof to get, there's only one important check.
Oh.
That's like somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes just to get whatever that is. So
Uh,
I assume both of these guys are going to avoid that like the plague.
you have to play the lottery at that point because it's like, do I get bodied and have to go to jail for 8 hours? Oh, that's a good Psyx we've got done. Or do I like not get bodied for 8 hours?
Yeah. Spoon really leveling his forms. We haven't seen any of the important checks there yet, but there are two
Nope.
more.
Now things could be huge if, in fact, there is a proof on forums that is terrifying for everyone. But it will be more terrifying for Cole because then Spoon just gets to push the end of the game. But yeah, no, he's got all the forms except for limit.
Except
So
for
he can only
limit,
get
yeah,
up
we
to,
haven't seen
yeah, he
limit
can only get up to
forms.
6. He can only get up to, oh, what if it's an STT?
It could be there. Oh, that's rough. So I guess another piece of hint logic to mention is, as we said earlier, if there's a proof in the 100-acre wood, you need the torn pages to get there, so the torn pages have to be hinted. Likewise with drive forms, if there's a proof on a drive level, then all of the forms will have to be hinted. So far, we don't have many of them hinted. I think only Wisdom form we've seen the hint for at this point. So it's somewhat unlikely, but
Space Paranoids is 4 important checks. Okay.
wow, that's
Nice.
huge.
Where'd my Prism at? Prism, SP, get on it.
That's really, really big. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cole going to Space Paranoids if Zems 1 does not have the last proof.
It's understandable.
Space Paranoids only has about 20 checks total. So that's about twice as many important checks as it normally has. That's loaded. As a rule of thumb, there are about 500 checks total in the game, and there are 50 important checks that we play with if you've got the Promise Charm off, which means that you expect to see an important check every 10 checks, every 10 chests, or pop-ups, or get bonuses, I guess. So Cole still has Berserk Charge on.
That's not a big deal. There's a Berserk Charge thing you can do here. A lot of the bosses in the World That Never Was can be Berserk Charge loop. I think the only one that can't is Psyx.
Interesting.
And it's not really even like a hard loop. It's just kind of like,
He got
goofy,
stuck.
funny. Oh no! Look
You
at
can just
that
thunder it. He'll
man!
get out.
That poor man. Roxas, help! I'm stuck. So, get you out of that.
All right, so here Spoon should have a much faster Zigbar.
Probably.
It's really important that he doesn't take any deaths here, though.
And the Zigbar, or not Zigbar, and the Zemnis loop is basically 2 finishers, and then he'll usually do a thing where he kind of swoops at you. Maybe he'll do guard. If he does slow zoomies, which never get very fast, then you don't have to worry about much. However, if this was the data fight, he opens with zoomies.
Yeah, super clean Zigbar from Spoon.
Zigbar. Nice.
He's able to do the Berserk Charge horizontal strat for a while, and then when he sort of starts to break out of that, it's possible, technically, to keep him in that loop infinitely, but it's very, very difficult.
Right,
so you sort of
we are
expect him to
on-
break out. Then he switches into Final Form, and with Final Form, a Finishing Plus, and Fyra, you can finish that off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Cole just going to take the building. Probably doesn't have super good stats to try to do a building skip.
There's no
You can't
reason to.
skip this final reaction, but he wants the damage here. It actually does quite a bit of damage. And I think they've got one reaction boost, which helps.
All right, this can make it or break it. If the proof is here, then this is a race.
Nope, not a race. Alright, so now we go back to hunting. Cole probably goes SP. Let's see where he goes.
SP is a good play.
Spoon gonna try to make up that lost time.
SP is a good play.
Oh, he's gonna push Twilight Town. That's right. Yeah, he hasn't done that either. So now this race is definitely very, very close.
Well, the game's basically wide open now for Cole. He can do whatever he wants. He's at the end of the game. He's now just on final proof check. Once he finds that proof, he's go mode.
Mm-hmm. And by the time that he finishes TT3, Spoon will probably be all caught up. So,
most likely.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Those deaths to Syx really, really, really cut into Cole's lead.
Bonk.
He's a high enough level to blast through Sandlot fight, though.
Oh, 100%. He's going to blast through Mansion fight, too. All right, well, yeah, this has been an interesting race so far. It's been neck and neck. There have been people going ahead.
Oh, yeah, this has been great.
This is a quality race, not gonna lie. No clown fiestas to be had here.
I think very similar decisions by both of them. We haven't seen any really big pushes by one that the other hasn't done. We haven't seen a deep PR push. We haven't seen STT. I think the one thing that we have seen that's different is Spoon's commitment to drive forms, which unfortunately for him has not paid off yet.
No.
Going to be basically even besides Spoon having form levels on Cole. Yeah, form
Basically.
levels and also regular levels. But that shouldn't make too much of a difference because we won't see the proof on levels.
But with the level lead that Spoon has, everything Spoon does is faster than Cole.
Yeah. So that's the big advantage to getting levels. That's the reason that I love doing it. I love getting buff. It makes the game easier. It makes the game faster. And if you do it early, then that's a lot of checks that suddenly become faster.
If there's no checks or if there's no thing on levels, then 25 is kind of where I stop and I just stay at level 25 and I can do most things. I don't really go very high. It's not really much of a reason to. But we've already largely seen most of the stuff that everyone's doing. I don't know Spoon very well. I haven't really watched many of his races.
Well, Dosh says he likely goes SP1 and then Core. That seems like a reasonable play.
I mean,
we
Spoon
know that-
plays to hints, so it only makes sense that he would go to... So here's the thing, is that Space Paranoids will have the same amount of checks as what's left in Hollow Bastion. So it's still a 50-50 shot about who's going to go what.
Death
the
by
same
Spoon.
That's fine.
Syx, the run killer.
He's not a run killer.
What is he doing? Oh, he's checking.
We're looking to see if we
treasures?
missed anything.
Where is Cole going?
We're looking to see if we missed anything. But we
I
haven't.
wonder if he's considering Ground Shaker.
No, I would never consider Ground Shaker. I'm not an animal. No, MCP is free, Dash. You don't understand. MCP is free. MCP is life. MCP all day. I mean, I would be pushing Beast Castle. I love Beast Castle. It's Paybrick. It's Paybrick Place.
I would definitely chase hints at this point.
No, that's
think,
that's the go-to move. Like
hints
if you aren't
or-
chasing hints,
Yeah, or if there's big density that they haven't touched.
yeah. Like, and the great thing too is that Cole doesn't need to experience boost here. He doesn't need levels. He's already done the world never was. The rest
Yep.
of it's easy. He has Reflera, so Final Xemnas is a joke. He'll get probably level 23 off this, maybe 22. So he should be pretty golden.
Fourth check-in Pride Land's looking like a hot snack. I want to see it. As a commentator, I want to see that.
Yeah,
The one blue STT. This seed has the potential to be very scary. We're an hour and a half in, and it might be the one check-in STT.
Who pulls the
It might be
Band-Aid and goes
Ground
to
Shaker.
STT? Oh, what's even worse is if it's on Pence, because it's right at the beginning of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't leave STT early.
And then you just ignore everything and you just leave. You just, I don't need anything here. Alright, so Cole pretty much just needs to get the answer report here, and that'd be his last check. So he'll probably dip after that and go to Space Paranoids. Maybe Space Paranoids will hint to another world relatively early. Never know.
Mhm.
But not having to push betwixt and between is a pretty sigh of relief. So we have all the important checks here. Not really much of a reason to check anything else. Cole's checking it anyway. At this point, Cole probably... He's just looking for the proof. That's really it. I don't know anything else you really want. Maybe some armor? Maybe some abilities? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Reflera. Like, for final fights, that's all you need. He's got Stitch.
Yeah, I am questioning why we're pushing this far in. Like, we got all the important checks. There's nothing else we need.
I don't know. He might be leveling forms.
But do you do that before you finish all of the checks you have on your plate? Like,
I don't. I
no, I wouldn't do that because like it's not like just do forms while you go.
I don't know. Maybe he's still looking for an ability of some sort. I don't know what he's missing at this point. He's got a finishing plus. Maybe he's hoping for an auto form. Yeah, auto form. That could certainly help. Auto. Well, he's got auto limit, and so auto final, I guess, is a decision. Looks like he's going to go level master. Meanwhile, Spoon on Xemnas 1.
I don't know. I still think forms are like on the bottom of the PEMDAS. If you get my drift.
Yeah, Oh, finishing plus, actually. That's actually a really big pickup for him. Now he has a finishing plus. Yeah, the only finishing plus they've got so far, other than that one, is on a Keyblade. So this will allow him to use his once more Keyblade, but also have a finishing plus.
That'll be good for magnet explosion strats. Since he only has magnet, he doesn't have Magna.
Yeah, so that's actually a pretty nice pickup for him.
But now that we have Master leveled up, Wisdom in Space Paranoids is going to be even better because we haven't done screens yet. So we have an outlet to level Wisdom, which would be the smart play.
Yeah. Switching to fire, and he's going into Hollow Bastion.
Oh,
so I guess he's looking to do either core or maybe pushing Demix and the Final Fantasy fights.
I know, but like,
go to
I got
SP.
the brain pain. I got the brain pain.
And almost okay. He's gonna save here. Yeah, he's doing core skip.
Okay. Fine. Do course skip. Maybe Spoon will go to SP so we can at least see some of the new things.
It's always tough watching somebody and like you want them to do something, or like a place seems like a really good one to you, but then they go somewhere else and do something else, and you just don't even know.
Well, I've known Cole for a little over half a year now. His unpredictable tactics give me heart palpitations every time I watch him race.
Easy course skip. We'll use first person view to line himself up here.
Yep.
And then he can just fire across the gap. So nice and easy.
Perfect. Now, this is basically both players are doing something different. Will we see the proof in core, or will we see the proof in space paranoids? Now, after finishing up screens, there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 checks to get afterwards. And then we finish up the last 6 in SP2. So not a whole lot of checks throughout the world, but like it can be a pretty fast world. Spoon
He's
leveling up
Valor
Valor form.
here.
His wisdom, I believe, has already been leveled up a bit, so
Okay.
It makes sense to level up Valor here.
Yeah, this is also a fantastic place for Valor. You always want lots of enemies.
But I would take the reaction command now. I don't think we need to do anything else. We've kind of done enough.
Oh, he's going to level Wisdom as well.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
Wisdom was already a decent enough level.
You can get more here.
I mean,
this is a really good place to do it.
He has one more Wisdom. So these are on 6s or 7s right now.
Ooh.
Like, these checks are late form checks.
And I think we've seen limit up to level 3 so far.
Yeah, I'm going to say there's a magic. I'm going to say magnet is probably on the levels. And then I'm going to say, oh, scan. Ooh, scan's pretty nice.
Scan's nice, yeah. Certainly not necessary, but it's always
but great quality of life. You can't be mad at having scan.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's cool when you get it, and there's no reason not to equip it. It costs 1 MP or 1 AP. It's not at all that problem.
So there's only one more important check in Hollow Bastion. Cole found a report which pointed to Halloween Town. So Halloween Town is done. We're not going to see Prison Keeper.
Oh, yeah, it's done. Cool. Oh, thank God. I thought there was more than 3.
No. We are not going to see Prison Keeper. We are not going to see Experiment. We're not going to see Vexen.
We're not going to beat up children. I'm kidding. Don't beat up children.
Don't beat up children.
Don't do that.
Oh, and a fire. Okay.
Fire. Hey, we got all the... Hollow Bastion's done. Look at that. It's a win. It's a win in my book. Now that we're done with Hollow Bastion, where are we going to go next? I don't know. SP? Spoon's already there. And guess what? It's looking to be an MCP seed or Absent Silhouette Larxene. It's very interesting.
So Hostile Program has 2 checks. And then there are 5 more before MCP. There's the Solar Sailor check. And then there are 2 checks. Or sorry, 4
chests before MCP.
Yeah.
If the proof is in fact on Larxene, that would be a shocking thing to see.
I'm leaving.
Okay.
God damn it.
I mean, what, you don't like the electrifying comment? Oh no, he's gone quiet.
I can't believe Smith just lost his commentator role on the first day. Oh my God.
Oh, white people sad.
Ugh. So again, Spoon just blasting through.
Yeah. Now we're gonna see what the photon debugger check is.
The perks of having levels, the perks of having final form.
And photon debugger is a torn page. Okay, so we can go do some poo stuff.
Okay.
That's his first torn page. This will be Cole's second. I believe, right?
Yeah, because where's the torn page? Oh, it's in core is where the other torn page is, which Spoon hasn't touched yet.
Mm-hmm. So we're pushing SP2. We have 3 important checks here. We have the Solar Sailor, 4 checks, and MCP himself, and then Absent Silhouette afterwards. So we have 7, 8, 7?
7 more, yes.
Understandable.
I got myself a spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet?
Of all the checks.
That's too technical for my liking.
Dude, my life is spreadsheets, so... Still quite a number of reports out there. So you probably don't play too hard into the hinted hints.
Maybe not. At this point, it now just becomes comfort picks where you think you need to go.
Yeah.
But we still have a bit more in SP to do. We don't know everything yet, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Final form fire. You gotta love it.
I'm more of a final form magnet kind of guy.
Final form magnet, also very nice.
Makes the loud noise and it makes the endorphins pop up, and also it has a draw effect for every item and orb on the field.
Does it really? I didn't know that.
It does.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Ooh, also thinking about it, one of the important checks here could be final form.
It's true. That's true. This might be...
Now, for those of you who love Final Mix and playing it the original way, this would be where you would get Explosion. Why it was put here? Smart move. Instead of being given to you after beating Haggerable 1. Crazy. Crazy how that is.
I don't know, man. I like early Explosion.
Who doesn't?
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Explosion.
I think Explosion is a crutch.
I love my crutches.
Aerial finish till I die.
Ew, gross. Magnet splash all day. Okay, I didn't even see what that check was.
It's a...
Oh, report.
The World That Never Was had... We already finished The World That Never Was, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Torn pages.
More torn pages.
Metal. So, we have something
MCP
on MCP or something on Larxene.
Oh, man.
But I think we push Pooh to the breaking point, and we finish 100 Acre Wood. Mostly because I want to eat my Jack in the Box before it gets cold. It's already cold. It's been here for an hour and a half. Like,
dude, eat your food.
No, I don't want to eat while I'm talking.
People in chat, eat your food.
No.
Also, we've been here. We're an hour 40 in. Time to hydrate.
Steal myself.
I have coffee. Go refill your water. Stretch.
What do you mean refill my water? I got a jug of water right here.
Oh, baby.
I always have jug. Jug. No, stop.
I finished my water, and I've also gone through one of those big cans of Arizona iced tea.
Ooh, I like Arizona. What's your favorite flavor of Arizona?
I get the green tea.
Okay,
with
understandable.
ginseng and honey.
I like the Arnold Palmer myself.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. It's a good one. The fruit punch one is also good, and so is Grape Aid.
Okay, so spoon pushing core.
Yep. We're seeing
So
things that we've already seen before. No new ground, but he will find a torn page here, which means go do Winnie the Pooh. It's just a couple mini games. It's a nice breather, and also you can go use the bathroom. He'll find Genie too. Yes, he will. That hammer almost ended him. Well, no, never mind. He has second chance.
I will be right back.
Secret answer
Don't
report
rip me.
4. Disney Castle has 2 important checks, and it's blue. Okay,
Oh,
big if true. Marluxia, fight me. Fight me. Do it. We going. We schmoozing along. Oh, wait, hold on. So because dry forms are blue, that means that they're hinted towards something, and the answer report is hinting towards Disney Castle, which means that it should be hinting that there's something important in Disney Castle, which means the proof is there. It's on Marluxia. I win. Give me my medal. Ace Detective. So this tournament is basically a 64-man tourney that has a qualifier. It's basically just to showcase the skills of our contestants. We do these basically every season. So right now this is the winter one. Once this one wraps up in about two or 3 weeks, we're gonna start working towards the next one, which will most likely be either the spring or summer, depending on what goes on. But yeah, it's basically just a tournament. Rule set changing every time. This one had an increase in master form levels, as well as having cuffs off, and there's also hints involved, which is the first hint tourney that we've done for the league. Yeah, basically that's all it is. It's kind of no different than what the weekend tourney does. However, this one spans over the course of a couple months, and I feel it's a little bit more competitive than the weekend tourneys, but that's just me. And I believe Kale went to go get something to drink, so I'm here by myself now.
No. Keep talking. You're doing great.
Oh, cool.
I came back.
Oh, okay, cool. Just explaining what the tournament is, and it's a league.
Yeah. You love KH? Don't we all?
No.
Man. Wow. Don't listen to him.
I play this because I torture myself.
Ever heard about randomizers? Yeah, so the randomizer is really cool. So this was developed by... Oh no!
You can thank many people, such as Sonic, great man, great guy, love this guy. We'll take a bullet for him 1,000,000 times over, so long as he doesn't make a GOA patch that makes me cry. And just all of the people on the server and their general contributions. Red Buddha for the hint tracker that we're using to this day. J Smarty for the hints themselves. Valaxor for making the randomizer website. Pringles for sponsoring this show. Sour cream and onion flavor is my favorite. And then also we can't forget about Raid Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legends.
And also just the skills of the people and our whack commentaries and the like. This is the best randomizer community, and I will die on that hill. No one will argue with me.
I mean, I certainly would.
Excellent. It's already begun.
This is the randomizer that I play. This is the randomizer.
No, we are not sponsored.
No, we're
yet.
Not sponsored.
Nike, I'm looking at you. I need some kicks. Give me some shoes, Nike, please.
Nikes don't fit my foot.
That's weird.
Yeah. I'm a Reebok, New Balance kind of a guy. Which I know makes me sound like a dad, because New Balance is like the dad shoe.
Kingdom Hearts 3 on PC is pretty cool. Hopefully opening that up to the world of mods. Can't wait to see some interesting things going on. Maybe some Kingdom Hearts 2 in Kingdom Hearts 3. That'd be pretty dope. And Cole is now finding the torn pages and things. So let's see. We go to 100 Acre Wood. No, we're fighting MCP. Prism,
MCP!
get your poggers ready. Or throw some binguses in the chat. I don't know. Oh, I said the B word. Whoops. Maybe Kingdom Hearts 3 Randomizer. There is the GOA from the new DLC. I don't know how the DLC plays into the actual game and where the code would be pulled from, but I'm not a coder, nor am I a modder, so I don't understand any of that stuff. There we go.
We just say funny words.
We just say funny words. We make the memes.
So Spoon pushing into 100 Acre Wood now.
Yep. Now, okay, hold on a minute. So now it's saying SP is blue.
Yes. So the hint 12 was in Space Paranoids, which pointed to the world that never was. World that never was is now a hinted location, which had a report that pointed to Space Paranoids. So the hint in
they
SP
hinted each other?
Yeah, so they hinted each other, which is always a little bit annoying. It's not too bad because it's the world that never was. You're never gonna not do that.
Yeah.
I mean, my first round match, I had Port Royal and Land of Dragons hint each other, which are both worlds that, like, maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Oh boy. So MCP, let's talk about this for a quick second. MCP is a terribly constructed boss fight, but it's pretty fun
Agreed.
once you know what you're doing. It revolves around hitting Sark and causing Sark head pains, and then breaking these little panels in front of MCP. And then you have to use a reaction command with Tron to do the thing to insert a bunch of junk data into MCP and stop him from being a goof man. And that's basically the fight. That was so close.
Okay,
Welcome
so
to the community.
That's the one check on MCP. There isn't a pop-up here. That means
Nope.
the important check is on Larxene.
Oh boy, Larxene.
He's gonna do it.
He's doing Larxene.
He's gonna go to
First
Larxene.
absent silhouette of the run, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. I think I need to start working on a Larxene emote for Sean next. I don't know what it'll be, but I'll finish it. Alright, well, we're doing some more mini games. Went into the great old House of Rabbit. I believe Rabbit's house. Yeah, Rabbit's house is the next one?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
Rabbit's house.
Alright, and the next one's King's. And usually Kanga's house has some interesting items. More often than not, I've usually seen proofs there. I've won off of proofs being there, and it's pretty fun when it happens.
Yeah, I feel like
Explosion and
Kanga's
Reflect,
house
by the
always
way,
has something.
make Larxene the easiest fight in the world. Like, because your two clones take damage separately, but it shares the same HP bar, getting her to recombine changes the fight a little bit, but it allows you to loop her a little bit easier, but you lose out on the extra damage. When you hit her RV, she reacts by shooting a big old bolt of lightning at your face. And when the screen turns black, it's one of her two DMs. The first one is where she erects two sideways pillars that body you with electricity. And then the other one is if she is both herself out, then they do a constant rapid combo that ends with them being together at the end. So there is many different things to do with this fight. If Cole had Final Form, he could be doing Final Form Genie strats, and that would do a lot of damage to Larxene when she's in her two halves, and probably end the fight almost immediately. You can do the same with Master and Wisdom, I believe, but it's a lot more consistent with Final. So that's one of the mods that it's a retexturing mod that some of the people in the community have come up with. Hey, and one. Basically, it just changes Sora's moveset, or it changes Sora's model to be Roxas's model, but it uses Sora's moveset. And then the same happens. Oh, the proof! Oh!
Oh,
Let's go!
there it
Sorry, I
is.
interrupted myself. We got the last proof.
Oh
Cole
my God.
is your winner. Big
Yeah, almost
winner.
certainly. Spoon now doing SP. So, assuming he does MCP and Larkscene, he will
this is
enter
money.
final fights pretty quickly. But
Probably sub 220. Which means I'm gonna get to eat my lunch at lunchtime. Let's go. But yes, to answer your question, it is a retexture mod for Roxas, for Sora. Changes the model to be Roxas. There's a couple different mods out there you might find. There's one that can turn Sora into his nobody color, so he's like, or not a nobody color, his anti-form, where he's just a anti-form figure. There's one to change him into Xion. There's one to change him into his Kingdom Hearts 3 clothing. So there's a couple different options available to you.
oh, death by Spoon. That's not good. Spoon still has the level advantage. He's got more tools than Cole. And so there's sort of a small chance
I wouldn't say he has more tools. I wouldn't say he has more tools. They both have Reflera.
That's fair.
And their magic stats aren't too far off, but then again, it doesn't really matter. Like, Cole's getting the bump in magic, I believe, so it's not a huge deal.
Well, the tool I was referring to was Final Form.
I mean, Final Form's not going to be much help except for against Armor 1.
And Larksene.
I'm talking about Final Fights. Because we're basically at the point now where it's Final Fights.
Yeah, this should be a win for Cole though. He would kind of have to choke this away. He's got a very nice solid lead. Choosing to push Space Paranoids rather than going to 100 Acre Wood.
Yep.
That was a big win for him.
100%.
Otherwise, they kind of ended up doing the same things. I think.
Yeah.
Spoon delayed the World That Never Was a little bit and was able to gain some time back there, but he lost a lot of time trying to force final. I mean, keep in mind, he spent 3 to 4 minutes just forcing final, and this race might be, 3 to 4 minutes of difference. Of course, he gained time with final, so certainly a very, very close race. Assuming that Spoon does MCP into Larksene.
So now we're on to good old Core. Core is a fun one for all you that do it. It can be a bane when you're doing the final fights, especially if you're constantly getting killed by creepers, the berserker, the claws. It can be relatively difficult.
Yeah, it's very easy to die here. Now, fortunately, he does have second chance. Once more, yeah. So he's not going to get one shot, but otherwise he would get one shot by literally anything here. Yep. Even the creepers. Even the creepers will one shot you in Core. It's pretty brutal.
Now Cole has some time. The faster he does everything here in Core, the better. Because once he gets done with Core, it's just Armor 1, Armor 2, and then we get to basically go about finishing the game against Final Zebra Man. So we just need to make sure that we don't die needlessly, but we shouldn't with once more and second chance. They are godsends from Lord Jesus Nomura himself. May he reign supreme. But we're pretty much finishing Core here. We just have one more assassin to kill, and then we're basically good to move on to Armor 1. So pretty
Hopefully
much
he's keeping an eye on that info bar so he doesn't get sniped by those things. Yeah, there we go. And he's just going to sit back and use Thunder, play it safe.
Yep.
No reason to risk it.
Armor 1 should die relatively quickly because of all of the Refleras, and also, for those of you who play Kingdom Hearts regularly, and maybe for like the newer players who haven't played the Randomizer, we skip the Dragon's Emnus fight, so you don't have to worry about doing that long auto-scroller. We just don't have it anymore in the rando, so you don't have to do it.
Oh, and Spoon died to Larksy. That's rough.
Yep. Every time he dies, it's more time for Cole to get further.
Yep.
And Cole's done with Armor 1 onto Armor 2. Armor 2 probably being the easier of the two, in my opinion, because it's a 3-stage fight where you get him to certain HP gates. Yeah, the modding
awesome.
community in Kingdom Hearts is pretty good. Like, we have a lot of big brain people here. I am not one of them, because I don't know how to code for the love of God. I can make a Hello World program, and that's about it. Can't do the complex coding that they can.
Yeah, I got like basic coding abilities, but the modders, they're on another tier. Cole's actually been learning that and getting into it. They're working on there's a Xion mod, so you can play as Xion rather than Roxas or Sora. And so I know Cole's been working on that, learning how to model, and he said it's crazy. He said it was one of the hardest things that he's done, and the people there are like super awesome and super helpful, and also just really crazy good at what they do. So it is so cool to be getting to use all of that. I don't want to say I'm a part of it, but being adjacent to it. Yeah.
To be part of a community, like especially this one, it's the nicest thing to have, especially in these times. Like, the Kingdom Hearts community is one of the most supportive communities I've been a part of, and like I've been a part of a lot of communities. The fact that people are able to do this much stuff is like crazy. Prism, don't do that. Don't mention the cursed world. No, they're doing it now. No.
All right, so there's Spoon taking down Larkseen.
All right, well, Spoon now has the proof.
Big pop off.
Spoon probably is feeling it. He's like, things are going awry.
Yeah, how many seeds have you done where you've killed an absent silhouette in 2 hours?
Like 10.
Really?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
No, not for me.
I usually kill absent silhouettes relatively easy. I think my earliest Zexion is like an hour 20 in, because like OC was really easy.
I guess I just haven't had the seeds where it was necessary to push them.
I've done Marluxia relatively early. Like 50 minutes, I think I can do Marluxia if I have the right things and not using negative combo. There's a lot of things I can do if I have the right tools. There's not really tutorials. However, there are people you can watch on YouTube, and sometimes even when we stream. There's a whole bunch of us in the community that stream. A couple people off the top of my head I can think of. Cole, Spoon does streams, and we'll probably do like a workshop to teach some of the newer players who want to. Just with some of the people in the community that want to take. Oh, Dome! No.
Diet's faster.
Diet's faster.
No, he's gonna take the Dome, I'm sure.
There are guides and resources. Some of them might be a little bit outdated by this point and not have any of the newer stuff that we've done. But there's a lot of people. You can ask someone to do a co-op with you, and if they have time, they can go about doing it. Teach you some of the ropes. But yeah, there's a lot of people you can watch to do it. But I don't think there's a proper tutorial video for how to do it. I've tried making one multiple times, but like, it's kind of hard to do that, and it requires like a lot of input. Mostly I just don't want to gather the footage. I would rather just talk, but
yeah, as Boken mentioned, in terms of setting it up, there are guides on how to set it up. It's not too bad, and if you ever have any difficulties, there's a help channel in the Discord, so you can ask questions, and people are happy to get you started with that. In terms of how to play well and what are you supposed to even do, as Smith mentioned, watching different people is a great thing to do, and just sort of doing what they do, and eventually you sort of start to understand it. I myself watched Bloody Biscuits. His first couple of YouTube videos for the Rando, he did quite a lot of explaining how it worked. And that is
That's
it.
That is the first round of top 8 done. Cole, your winner, moving on to the top 4. Both valiantly fought by both players, but this is what Marvel's all about. If I can pull from what Yipes says, this is what Marvel's is all about. I think it's Yipes that says that. I don't know, but yeah, no, that's basically it.
Yeah, big GG to Cole.
GG's to Cole.
Close race.
Close race. Very close.
Spoon on core fights right now. Couple of missteps, couple of deaths by both of them, but nobody really death cycled anywhere.
Thank you, Prism.
Both people played very, very well this whole time.
Yep, this was a perfect display of skill from the community, and these guys have been racing and running since like day 1 of the rando start, maybe a little bit after day 1, but like after a while, you too can race like these guys. There is many a way. Just ask questions, race with people, hop in some races. Even if you finish your race in 4 or 5 hours, who cares? You still completed it, which is a lot more than some new players.
Absolutely.
I would say in the beginning, complete every race you can and just do some solo seeds, just to really try it out and really figure out what to do, come up with your own strategies, and you can become a trendsetter. Do the things that people do now. It's a great community. Everyone's always down to help everyone, especially if you use the help channel. Getting it set up too. If you haven't set it up yet, there's tutorials to do it. In our Discord, we have the help section where a lot of our very, very knowledgeable members of the community can help you set up the randomizer. Are we still streaming?
Yeah, we're still streaming.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Once Spoon finishes up, are we going to get them in here for a little bit of a Q&A?
I would love to.
Wait, we need a mod to do that. We can't move them in here.
Vulcan can do that, can't he?
No, Vulcan's in the same group as I am.
Oh,
wait. We can go to a race lobby?
That works.
I mean, I'm sure there's a mod on here that can do it for us. Yes, it is double Elam. So he will now go down to the losers bracket, where we will see the next person. So whoever the next race is, they will basically be playing against Spoon if whoever loses in the next one.
Wow. I was timed out for 5 seconds. I tried to post the bracket link.
Good job. Good job, Kale.
Yeah, so double elimination. Thank you, Vulcan.
Miserable. Nightbot stopped using. Don't do it. Got you.
So as I mentioned, double elimination. So Cole plays the winner of Jared and Sonic. That'll be a fantastic race to watch. On the other side of the bracket, we have Double A Dewey versus Dodge Man.
Yep. And
we have Bizkit047 versus CJ.
That
eight fabulous players.
Oh, 100%. All these next matches are going to be great. Sonic, watch for his, and you will see what happens when a god plays the randomizer.
Yeah. There's... Sonic not only created the rando, he's also probably the best player in rando.
I'm just going to say hands down, he's the best Kingdom Hearts player. Hands down.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%. I 100% say Sonic is the best Kingdom Hearts runner, Kingdom Hearts player. And this man does it all with the keyboard.
I forgot how many of the games he speedruns. He speedruns a lot of different Kingdom Hearts games, so...
Jared, you're a demigod. You're not a god. You're just a demigod.
And yes, Otakare, the two runners do play the same seed. So Spoon and Cole had the same seed. A new seed will be generated for Jared and Sonic, and a new one for Bizkit and CJ, and a new one for Double and Dodge. So it's random. They don't know what they're getting into, but they do have the same thing. So they had proofs in the same locations. All their tools were in the same locations. It definitely would not be fair if it was different seeds.
And we got a dome skip for Spoon.
Yep.
Nice. Clean.
So about 5 minutes behind. Not too bad at all.
No.
Pretty close race.
Very close race. We love the close races. That gives us something to be excited for. GG's Cole, GG's Spoon. You guys did great. You guys really are some of the best in the community.
Nice, we can see two players doing different stuff. Yeah, everybody plays it a little bit differently. You have to sort of decide what you want to do.
So which league lobby are you moving to?
Boo.
Hey, what's up? You still live in this piece?
What's up?
I'm wondering if we're still live.
I assume so.
Because Bulkin moved, so I'm hoping we're still live. Chat spam 123 if we're still alive. Oh, Kale can't be in here. He doesn't have the assistant role. All right, cool. They can still hear us. Kale, we can't move you. We don't have the power.
Who dragged him in there?
Well, he's a commentator, so he's able to be in the commentary room, but he can't be in the league race lobby.
Temp boost his role.
Let's see. Can I? No, I can't assign more roles. That's not how that works. Someone's gonna join the co-op. There's only no. This is terrible.
I'm seeing if I could DM someone who has the authority. Actually, wait, hold on. Sabrina has the authority, doesn't she? Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna go pester.
Okay. Oh, that sure was a stunning race. I love all of you people. Hi, Neil. Welcome back.
Hi, I'm back.
We realized that you couldn't get in there, so we were like, "Oh,
I was gonna ask Sabrina to move, but then you guys did this, so whatever.
It's all good."
Okay.
Love you, Jared. You're the best.
Sorry. All right. Are we gonna get Spoon in here, or
If he wants to.
okay?
That was definitely a close race. Looking at his tracker, it looks like me and him did almost the exact same things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were neck and neck for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of crazy. But your off the wall decision making is always scaring me, Cole.
What did I do to scare you, Smith?
So you weren't going to Hollow Bastion for a very long time.
I was aware. I knew what I was doing.
You put Cole. You put Hollow Bastion off for a very long time, and you also put Space Paranoids off for a very long time after having the hit. And so Smith and I were sort of screaming, "Go to Hollow Bastion! Go to Space Paranoids!"
I mean, I knew what I was doing. I knew my route.
Yeah, you had it down. You were in control.
It paid out. GG's to both of you. This was an awesome race to watch. You both played really well. Couple of mistakes, couple of deaths. But from both of you, pretty clean most of the way through.
So if Smith's gonna tell you about heart attacks, did Spoon give you to any heart attacks?
No, I was worried a little bit. Mostly because like Spoon went down for a couple minutes because of some issues with the stream. But
yeah, what was going on there?
He
Spoon?
made
Was
up
that your computer, or was that your internet?
Yeah. No, it wasn't my internet, actually. What I figured was, and I don't know this for sure, but I think Windows Updater was downloading something in the background because the issues stopped and I had a pop-up on my bar that was like, "Hey, we're ready to update now." And I was like, "Yeah, you can fuck right off."
Yeah.
So...
I think I think Windows just put out a pretty bad update on that, because I know BB was having very similar troubles during his race last night.
So yeah, the first like 20 minutes of the run, I was just lagging, and I actually saved and reloaded my emulator, so I probably lost a minute or so to that.
But even with that though, you shot back like a rubber band. You came way back and caught right back up to Cole. When you got the proof in 100 Acre Wood, I was wondering how long it was going to be before Cole got that one.
It was literally the HB torn page. That's what made me code it. So
yeah, I did say that at one point. I was like, I got the 100-acre wood proof because I decided to dip. I'm like, but I don't have a torn page yet. I'm hoping the torn pages are deep and he doesn't go here until he finds a torn
Yeah,
page. But,
yeah, that's what
I'm gonna be
happened.
real. My biggest fear was you just blind STT to get a proof, and I just be like, well, I lose.
How did you guys? How did both of you feel about that STT?
I
Blue
was
one.
I went. My mindset was this: I am not going there until I get limit because there are too many unhinted worlds I haven't done yet.
Like, yeah, I would have done OC, PR, and LOD before I did that one. Before I did that one SPT. Yeah.
We still had 3 hints on the board. I will tell you though, I was laughing when I got the limit 4 auto limit 4 hints. That was funny.
Yeah, that was wild. Cole was able to auto limit a report. That was the only important check we saw on drive farms.
Yeah.
I had final 6, master 6, wisdom 6, valor 5, and limit 3. I forced it. Yeah, I forced it.
It's funny because your next limit level would have gotten you one of the important proofs or one of the important checks.
Yeah, I was thinking about at one point going to, after I cleared world that never was, just going there and auto limiting for a couple more levels, but then I was like, it's so unlikely that the proof is on drives because both master and valor were unhinted.
Dude, I got scared because the hint in drive forms hinted to Timeless River or to DC.
Okay,
so I was like, oh no, is it on drives?
And then it could have, then it was possible.
Yeah, you all you both made pretty similar plays, slightly different ordering for it. I think the big differences were that Spoon, you pushed 100-acre wood up to Kanga's house, and then you spent more time leveling drive forms. But other than that, you all sort of got the same checks. It was very similar decision making, slightly different order. But no like big huge major changes that one person had over the other. Spoon, I think the interesting thing from my standpoint was like seeing you force final. It was, does that time loss make up for it? Are you going to be able to make up the time loss of having to force final?
Yeah, it took about 5 minutes. It took a little longer than I'm used to this time, actually, but it
was
wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst. It was actually my 5th. I got 4 antes before I got final form. Usually you get it on the 3rd one is about average, I think. So I was a little unlucky.
Did Spoon do Larkson right after me? Like, what was when did he do?
As soon as you got to armor 2, he finished Larkson. And you were already on the final Zemus when he was going through.
Did he do SP1, SP2, and Larkson, or did he dip before?
No, he dipped. After getting the 4 chests and not doing MCP. He went to go do 100-acre wood.
I did core skip. I did core skip.
You did core skip as well.
Yeah, I did core skip as well.
Yeah, so despite the fact that I did HP super late, I did core skip first. Let's go.
Yeah, you actually did core first and SP second. Interestingly.
Yeah, I was actually gonna do core skip super early after I went HB the first time, and then I was like, oh wait, I don't have a glide. I can't really do this too well.
I'm looking at those 50 checks now that they're on the stream. That's STT had final form. Ouch.
So you would have had to go to the very end.
Oh, and I only got the master form up to beast, so that means the limit and reflect had to have been after beast. Okay. Oh, okay.
Crazy. Probably would have gotten both of those because I love me some Beast Castle.
Where was the Blizzard? Was it on for Pride Lands? Was it on Scar or Storm or Scar? Okay. I got scared. I think I stopped and checked my chest to make sure I didn't miss a Pride Lands chest when I was in TT3.
How good did you both feel?
Yeah, I did see that.
How good did you both feel knowing that there were no important checks on levels?
Great. That's my favorite 0.
That's actually, I hate that 0 because I like to level up as you saw. I force final and I like to level up, so I would have liked to have a couple there, to be honest.
I feel
because I'm level 4. I was level 41 at the end of the run. I grinded to like close to 40.
I think I was in my 20s still.
You ended at 30, Cole.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
but you get a lot of levels in final fights though. Just during core.
You get like 3 or 4 usually by the time you finish core.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, when I saw the 0, I went, hallelujah, that's the best 0 outside of STT being 0.
I think my favorite 0 is STT.
I mean, it's
yeah.
close for me. I hate both of them. I hate leveling, and
I like
hate
when
STP.
I like when PR says 0. That's my favorite.
Wow.
Oh, dude, PR's fun.
I hate PR. I don't want to do it. I'll draw 25 every time. I don't want to play PR.
I'll be straight. My favorite 0 is drive forms, because then I don't have to play the guessing game of which form is it.
Which form
You
is
can
it?
lose so much time by just choosing the wrong form to level first, and there's really nothing to do about it.
Spoon, I almost scuffed SP or MCP so hard. I didn't do enough damage on the first triangle input. So the second one, the laser was literally like, I think half a second away from killing me.
Dude, Sora lost a couple of hairs on that one. That laser
yeah.
burned off a couple of his hairs.
I mean, I had some really dumb deaths this run actually that
Syx ruined me twice. I was sad about it.
okay, I died to Syx twice as well, so I guess I didn't like lose
But
too
you
much
both
time.
you both had very clean Zigbars, which were nice.
He was the freest man free.
Yeah,
Like,
Zigbar got blasted today.
I mean, Comet, Hori, Berserk, boom, boom, boom. You're done. He's out of there.
I didn't have Comet actually.
I bought it out of the shop.
didn't
Oh
buy
yeah,
it
that's
in
right.
the
I
shop.
didn't buy it. It was in the shop. That's right.
It wasn't necessary, but it made it far easier on me. Did you use Duck Flare or did you use like a Goofy
No,
Land or
I
something?
just cured.
Okay,
and
so
then-
you
Cure
just
final
put it
bomb.
on there.
Spoon got final to finish him as well. So.
Yeah, I had final. So yeah, I cured Horied him for a bit, and then final to finish him
Where
off.
was the magnet on forums? I wanted to know, since there was apparently that was a thing.
Hey, I called it right, Kale. I said there was a magnet on forums.
Yeah, no.
We're like, what's this other thing? And Smith is like, I bet it's a magic.
Man, there were 6 things in OC and no proofs, huh? Jeez.
Wait, OC had 6?
Yep.
Yep. Ew.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't getting either of those because I'm not gonna do Zexion unhinted. Like I might do OC2 unhinted.
If in this seed I got forms, like another form, I probably would have pushed Timeless to get Valor and Wisdom up even more is what I probably would have done. So it's a decent number of checks.
One last thing I want to ask then before I'm basically done my questions. So Cole, you're moving on to the next round, and then Spoon, you're going down to the first of losers. But your prospective, your next opponents are going to be, let's see, Cole, yours is going to be either Jared or Sonic. So how are you feeling about that?
I mean, if it's Jared, I want the seed to be a Goma. If it's Sonic, I want it to be an STT.
Understandable. And then Spoon.
Spoon, you'll play the loser of that match.
Yeah, you'll play the loser of that match. So how do you feel about that?
Not good.
Not good.
if it's go mode, I lose to either of those players. I think if it's a mid game seed like this, I think I have a chance. But otherwise, like I'm not very good at go mode. I don't play it very much, and I don't like it to be honest. So it may be a quick X. I was really hoping to win this match because I think I knew that whether I won or lost, I was going to play the winner or loser of that match, and I don't like my chances that much. It's rando. Anything can happen. I can definitely, I can win. I know I can win. I know I'm good enough, but I wouldn't give myself the advantage in that match,
Honestly was so surprised how close you and I were. I had no idea like what your routing choices were. So the fact that you and I apparently did a lot of the same things, I thought was pretty interesting.
Any predictions for the other contestants? Double, Dash, Biz, and CJ?
I mean, I think I put the vote in. I wanted CJ to win.
Okay.
So I hope she keeps winning her matches. Double could win or lose almost any of his matches. He's a great player. I don't know how much he wants to do deep checks, though. I know he loves to do that. I think he calls it showmanship to make it entertaining. But logically, Sonic probably has the best odds, especially the deeper the seed, just because his checks per minute is insane.
Yeah. That's going to be an exciting match.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of those could go either way. Dodge is like one of my best friends online, so I'm definitely cheering for Dodge in that one. And I think he's got a good shot. It's Biz CJ, right? And then Jared Sonic.
Yep.
Dang. I don't know. Biz CJ could definitely go either way.
They're both really good.
Yeah, they're both really good. Maybe I give the slight edge to CJ because she's got a little bit more practice as far as rando, but Biz has been playing rando a lot lately, so he's definitely good.
And also, Biz has like the skill of being a
Yeah.
runner for so long. He knows how to
Yeah.
do like strats.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Biz has the speedrunner experience, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was definitely very excited looking at this top 8 because every match looks like it'll be a great match to watch.
This is gonna be
Very
exciting.
very
Top
few
8.
matches are like a heavy favorite.
Yeah,
Like,
this
it's-
is the kind of top 8 that I wanted. Like
Mhm.
this is good.
Right. I don't think we have any other matches scheduled yet,
Yeah, I
but
believe
I think
Spoon
we're
and I
going to
wanted
see
to
them
get it
coming up
out.
in the next week.
Yep.
Yep.
So, well,
Yeah.
Pretty
congratulations
much
again,
does, yeah.
guys. Cole, Spoon, both of you, well done and good luck moving forward in the tournament.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Everyone in the Twitch chat, you're all beautiful. Stay frosty.